thanks for coming out. Today is a great day for us, so it's my opportunity to introduce Mike, who, as you know, has been appointed as CEO. We were very pleased. We had a very big field who entered the ad for the CEO, and I think it's a reflection of where the game's going. That we've attracted a candidate of Mike's experience, so we're very, very pleased with it.
When it comes to the field that you had to narrow it down from and pick the cream of the crop, obviously, were you pretty impressed with the fact that obviously a lot of really strong candidates did apply to be a part of Football Federation Tasmania?
Yeah, absolutely. We had from memory 43 applicants, which included interstate and I think a couple from overseas. I suppose for us it's more it's a vindication that the sport is really moving forward in Tasmania, and people like to be part of something that's growing. So this is also an opportunity for any would-be sponsors. Now is a good time to get on board. This is the bargain time, because we've got a lot of exciting strategies that we want to push forward, and it's good to have a strong leader to help us with that.
Where do you hope to see Mike take the team in the future?
Our strategies are pretty well defined. We need to do something about our infrastructure, which is a key aspect. We're here at KGV, where whatever the weather today had been, we still have a game out there, which is fantastic. But for a lot of the infrastructure around Tasmania, it's not like that. And we're still at the stage where 25% of our junior games are cancelled every winter because the pitches just aren't up to scratch. So we are pushing ahead with our junior precinct at Cambridge. We still have to organise the financing for it, but that's a very big item on the agenda. And Mike's had a lot of experience in the area of infrastructure and event management, which will be great. So that's one big issue. We have the issue of loss of juniors in between the junior and senior, so we need to do something about that. We still don't have anywhere near the number of females playing the game that we should have. It's 25% of our overall numbers. The game is absolutely ideal for women and girls. That's another area. And we want to leverage the success we've had with our Victory Statewide League to push that, and our partnership with Melbourne Victory. So it's pretty much across the board, across our 3 or 4 major items that we want to focus on.
Mike, welcome to Tassie and obviously to FFT. What's it feel like to be here and be able to sink your teeth into this new role?
It's fantastic. I'm really honoured and proud to have got the job. I didn't realise how many people had applied for it, so it makes it even more special. It's a fantastic opportunity for me. As we've said, done a lot of things and been on a lot of events and worked in a lot of places, but there's nothing really like home, so it's fantastic to come back. I'm really looking forward to making a major contribution here.
What kind of contribution would you like to make, considering you have been part of FIFA, part of the UEFA Champions League as well?
I'd like to make a contribution to the giant leap forward in its simplest form. I'd like to take wherever it is at the moment, and obviously I've still got to learn a lot about that, but wherever it is and all the good work that's done and all the plans that are in place, I'd like to have a giant leap forward.
I know you've only just flown in, but do you know much about the strategic plan for FFT?
I know a little bit. I learned a little bit through my job interview, so I'm very aware also of the challenges facing football generally in Australia. So I think infrastructure and facilities and all of that sort of stuff is incredibly important. I think having a main facility that is high profile is really important. I think continuing to make the game mainstream, and I think without a doubt it's mainstream now in Australia, but really trying to build on that. And I also think trying to even out the level of play, which is an issue across Australia, is also an issue here. I think ultimately we want a victory league that goes down to the last day and 2 or 3 teams could win, and you don't know where you're going to take the trophy and that sort of thing. So they're the elements that I'm really keen to look at.
How much did you know about Victory League before you landed the job?
I knew a little bit because I'd been following it from when I was in Sydney and was very aware of it, that it existed, and aware of the partnership with Melbourne Victory. When I came down for my interviews, I went to 2 games and I really enjoyed them. It's certainly an open and flowing competition with a lot of goals. You know, I had a look at the standings. There's been like 4 draws the whole season, or something out of 16 rounds of games, 4 or 5 drawn matches. So that's fantastic. But I'm, you know, intending to go to as many games as I possibly can. Looking forward to Tuesday night's FFA Cup game and learning a lot more and meeting all of them.
From knowing you for all of about 10 to 15 seconds, it sounds like you're the kind of person that obviously doesn't mind kind of setting big goals. And is that a fair assessment? You look like you're going to be the kind of person that sets your sights, I guess, to the skies.
Yeah, and why wouldn't we do that? We may as well come down, you know, with a really positive attitude, hopefully a can-do attitude, you know, integrate really well into the football community here and have a real red-hot go. You know, one option is to just, you know, be a bit of a pedestrian and just let things roll along and everybody's pretty comfortable. But I don't really see the need to do that. I'd rather have really, really high expectations and high goals. And, you know, if we fall short of some of those, then we've probably still moved things further forward than if we just had a pretty conservative approach. So we'll have a red hot go at a big jump forward here.
The big issue this year and last year was the fact that the state missed out on a Northern Victory season fixture for the A-League. How will you look to rectify that in the coming years?
I just think it's a relationship thing. You know, it's potentially an economics thing, and I need to learn about that. But I also think it's a relationship thing. Very good relationships, you know, with FFA. A good relationship with Melbourne Victory. I think we'll build on that. And I think, you know, good communication and seeing what the issues really were. But I think getting high-profile matches here is incredibly important. We need to make sure that, you know, we're front and back of the paper and, you know, we're on the TV news and the whole thing with very high-profile sport.
What, I guess, from your experience, which seems to be quite impressive on paper, what's that going to bring to FFT? Sean's obviously thinks that you're the winning candidate, I suppose, and that experience is a big thing for you, but what's it actually going to do?
I think a couple of things. I think one is that I have genuine experience of the game worldwide. So I've seen across the world in a range of different countries, different things being done, you know, different development, different things around participation. So I'm pretty keen to understand how it actually works here. And then what I can do from my experience is go, okay, well, in a different country this was done, or we've done this in Europe, or we've done it somewhere else. And, you know, and try and bring in some new methods, try and bring in a fresh approach where necessary. It's certainly not a case of needing to come in and overhaul everything. But I think having broad experience, which, you know, I really do have across football and across sport generally, you know, I think is a real benefit. And it helps to understand the business side of it, it helps to understand the government side of it, and it helps to understand the competition.